Jeffrey Epstein was put on suicide watch on July 23rd. July 23rd, right? He was waiting trial for a child sex trafficking ring, rape, child solicitation, conspiracy, many, many things, right? So he tried to kill himself on July 23rd. He's put on suicide watch. Then, apparently, there's a series of events that happen where by July 27th, so that would be just a week later, a psychologist at this jail, and by the way, this jail is under Department of Justice. This is a jail that is under the supervision of the Department of Justice federally. So in a week's time, he's taking off suicide watch. I'm not an expert on, psychological evaluations of prisoners and this and that, but I am an expert on very high profile, I wouldn't say an expert, but common sense would dictate if you have such a high profile prisoner, in 1 week's time, what would you see from that person that makes you think you could take him off suicide watch? But even off suicide watch, he was supposed to be, there were supposed to be intervals where essentially he was checked in on every 15 minutes. But obviously, even if you're checked in on every 15 minutes, I mean, what does it take to put together whatever you're going to do to hurt yourself and for it to ultimately, kill you? So there was a series of things that happened, and I'm going to read from this New York Times stories, that indicate to me this is very, very convenient that all of these things happened all in a row to I don't want to say allow, but for Jeffrey Epstein to be, quote, dead by suicide to basically 3 weeks after he unsuccessfully tried to kill himself. It does not make sense. So this is the New York Times this morning. Jeffrey Epstein, the financier who hanged himself in federal jail in Manhattan, was supposed to have been checked by guards every 30 minutes, but that procedure was not being followed the night before he was found, a law enforcement official with knowledge of his detention said. So right there, and Ty will join me because he knows a lot more about this than me, but, there's kind of I don't want to use the terminology VIP, but there's kind of big deal prisoners that your ass is on the line if you let something happen, right? I don't want to say he's not a VIP. He was a deplorable man by all accounts.
High profile.
High profile. Thank you. But it's not do you think that this guard or these two guards? I mean, I'm thinking Shawshank Redemption here or Prison Break. If you remember the show Prison Break, you think these guards just unilaterally decided I'm going. Dunkin's open late tonight. We're gonna go. We're gonna go. Get an espresso, get a frappuccino, whatever. You think they just did that on their own? Jack Moore is $10 in the super chat. I will double the next donation up to $100 because this needs to grow. Who wants to join the revolution? Jack Morris, from your lips to if there's a God's ears. Because I'll tell you what, Jack, I don't want to get a pity party, but my back is a little messed up this week. It takes a lot for me to not do live streams. Literally on the New York City subway, people are giving up their seats to me like I'm a pregnant woman because I'm limping so badly because of my back. So part of this is burnout. Part of this is because we are reporting in the field. Ty and I were just in Detroit covering the debate where CNN gave us basically a credential to report to you in the parking lot. We'll show you that video today. But anyway, I could go on and on. But the bottom line is, Jack, we do need people like you to not only leave super chats, but we need to grow our membership. Membership is how we grow. We're at 674 members. I think we could get another 25 and hit 700 today. I think we could do it today because I got news for you. There's not a lot of people out there in the news business reporting what's actually going on at these debates, what's actually going on the campaign trail, what's actually going on and being done to Bernie Sanders supporters as well as Tulsi Gabbard supporters. So thank you for the super chat and keep it coming. So before I read more of the New York Times story, can you join me and tell me, is this how it works where basically 3 weeks after this guy tries to kill himself, a guard just unilaterally decides, oh, I don't have to watch him every 15 minutes. Hold on.
Yeah, I didn't get to set up the other camera, but no, go ahead, sit down. You can stay seated.
And by the way, just so we're clear, it's not like I'm bringing over the black dude to explain
That's what it seemed like.
the prison. No, you're open that you know prison better than I do.
Well, I've been to the county jail and to juvenile hall. I haven't been to prison, but it's the same protocol. What normally happens, I've been in jail when a lot of people get on suicide watch. A lot of times, you get a lot of people that are like, they put everybody on meds and things like that. So normally, what they do, you're on suicide watch. They come and check on you every 10 minutes or every 15 minutes. They come by your cell. They look in your cell. They make sure you're good. First off, when you're on suicide watch, they take away your shoestrings, they take away your sheets, they take away your bread, they take away anything that you could possibly use to hurt yourself. That's what they do. They take that away. And then, but they do give you like a blanket and everything, and you can, like they always have someone checking on you though. And then for you to get off suicide watch, you have to be evaluated. Like that's the thing, you have to be evaluated, and a psychologist or psychiatrist, either one of them, have to say, oh, they're good to be off, and then you're off. That's what happens when you get on suicide watch and to get off suicide watch. Because to even get on suicide watch, the guards can't put you on suicide watch. They have to say this will happen, then you get put on suicide watch. It's like a protocol. It's not a guard that just say, okay, we're gonna put this person on suicide watch. So,
well, does it make sense to you that in 1 week, the highest profile person in that jail was taken off suicide watch?
No.
Does it make sense to you? Wait a minute.
Like high profile people in general are in PC. That's protective custody. They call it PC. That's like the terminology for it. You're on PC, so that means you're in a place where you can't be touched by people. They're always looking at you because either you're high profile celebrity. And you don't have a choice when you're a certain profile. You don't have a choice to say whether or not if you want to be on PC or not. It's because the warden, he it's all on him. Anything that happens in this prison, it's on him. So if you got a high profile person that thinks that they're a gangster or whatever and they don't want to be on it, it won't be their choice. They're gonna have to be on PC. Period, because you don't want nothing to happen to them.
So let's go through the chronological order. He's taken off suicide watch in a week. Yeah. 1 week. Highest profile guy in that jail. No, by far. He is supposed to be watched every 30 minutes. That procedure is not followed the night before he was found. So basically hours before his death, the procedure wasn't followed. He's also transferred. The jail had transferred his cellmate and allowed Mr. Epstein to be housed alone in a cell just 2 weeks after he had been taken off suicide watch, a decision that also violated the jail's normal procedure. So we got the highest profile person in that jail and probably in the criminal justice system at the moment, besides the El Paso shooter and that kind of crime.
And whatever.
The Dayton shooter,
whatever
the El Paso
celebrities are in, we don't know who's in the jail, but he's definitely high profile. He will be on.
Yeah, I mean awaiting trial right now. So taken off suicide in a week. Nobody's watching him within 30 minutes, which is supposed to be. I actually read it was supposed to be even 15 minutes. So there's been conflicting reports whether it's supposed to be 30 minutes.
Where I was, it was like 15 minutes, because we was juveniles, and I don't remember when I was in the county jail. I was only in there for 3 months, so I don't remember it in one. But the 2 years that I spent in juvenile hall, it was a lot of people that was on suicide watch.
Right. So all of this is a really sequential series of events. And what I find super, super interesting that frankly, I saw Twitter and I don't even think some conspiracy theories honestly are true. I mean, the conspiracy theories out there yesterday, I'm not going to get into, the Clintons and all that, like that would be fun, trust me, but I'm not going to get into that. What I am going to say is within 24 hours of this happening, news came out of other high-profile elites, former politicians, big American...
a
lot of people. Within 24 hours of deposition coming out, pointing out other high-profile people, this man, the security stops watching him. Right before that, you have to think they knew the deposition. The people that might be at risk of being implicated in Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking ring, you think they would know?
They all got the same lawyers. They deal with the same type of people. They absolutely know what's
right.
going on.
So, you know,
Somebody just gave $200.
I know we got so many super chats. I'm gonna go back and read all of them. Thank you. We're getting $100, $50, $200. Please keep it coming. Please keep it coming. God bless you. And I'm gonna thank you all individually, but I want to keep going on this thought. So you mean to tell me, and could you pull up the Daily Beast piece?
The Daily Beast piece?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Friday morning. Oh no, today's Sunday? Yeah. So Friday morning, a deposition comes out. You have, again, this is all allegedly, let's be fair, but former presidential candidate Bill Richardson, who I believe is also New Mexico governor, big elite, always on CNN, always on corporate news. You got Bill Richardson was implicated in a deposition as, you know, Maxwell and Epstein trafficked Giffrey said in several depositions, she's the woman alleging abuse via Epstein and the other people that enabled Epstein. She alleges that in 2016, she said Maxwell specifically instructed her to serve former New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson, ran for president in 2008. I think he was Obama's ambassador to somewhere.
Is this the right one, right?
Yeah, keep going. Okay. Go down. Yeah, right there. Bill Richardson, Britain's Prince Andrew, who, by the way, the Queen Elizabeth, on the same day this came out, went with Prince Andrew, I think, to church. That's very interesting that they're going to church on the same day that Prince Andrew is implicated in this. And we've heard about Prince Andrew possibly implicated in this before. Wealthy financier Glenn Dubin, former Senate Majority Leader George Mitchell, modeling scout Jean-Luc Brunel, and scientist Marvin Minsky. So, by the way, we haven't even gotten to Bill Clinton yet, which, that's coming, baby. That's coming. And, I texted Jen. Isn't it interesting that the Daily Beast, who is owned by IAC, the Daily Beast, which is owned by IAC, didn't mention Bill Clinton in this whole article? You know who's on the board of IAC?
Who?
Chelsea Clinton.
Interesting.
So they didn't mention Bill Clinton, who was also mentioned in this deposition, because Chelsea Clinton is on the board of the Daily Beast, and you better believe they're not touching Bill Clinton. Again, alleged. I don't know for sure. We don't want to be conspiracy Alex Jones peoples here, but there was news and revelations as pertaining to Bill Clinton less than 24 hours before Jeffrey Epstein was found in his jail cell dead of a supposed suicide. That's not me conspiratorial. That is the facts. So this came out less than 24 hours. Before Jeffrey Epstein was found, they say he was hung, whatever. We don't have the videotape to prove it or not prove it. So the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit has issued a mandate unsealing a huge cache of documents related to billionaire pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. Again, this was published before he was found dead. The selection of documents taken from Virginia Giffrey's defamation lawsuit against alleged Epstein enabler Ghislaine Maxwell, I probably mispronounced it, apologies, provides context to much of Epstein's alleged crimes and widens the scopes of elites that are believed to have run in Epstein's circles. The documents also allege that Maxwell took a nude photo of Giffrey lying on a hammock and gave the photo to Epstein on his birthday. In transcripts of Giffrey's deposition released by the court Friday, very interesting that this wasn't mentioned in the Daily Beast article, with Chelsea Clinton on the board of the Daily Beast parent company. Very interesting. Bill Clinton's relationship with Epstein is expounded upon. Giffrey alleges that Clinton was around when she was with Epstein on his island. Giffrey claims, and by the way, Giffrey is one of the women alleging Jeffrey Epstein's rape, and basically serving her to other men. Giffrey claims that she flew to the Caribbean with Epstein when she was 17, and that while she was there, Maxwell, who was one of I think it was Epstein's girlfriend, and one of basically the main ringleader enabling Epstein and helping him prey on these underage women, bragged that she picked Clinton up in a, quote, black helicopter that Jeffrey Epstein bought her. Giffrey further says that she had spent time with Clinton and that while his Secret Service agents were there, they weren't, quote, where everyone was eating. I don't know as much as Ty does about security protocols in prison, but I do know that Secret Service is not supposed to be away from current or former presidents, like aside from the bathroom, obviously, you know, when you're in your home.
Have you seen House of Cards? There's a certain time when they don't want them around.
Right. But there's certain times they don't want them around, and those certain times are sometimes very illicit, shall we say. Illicit. And Jen, text me if I'm getting off the reservation here. I'm trying to be fair to Bubba Clinton here, but this ain't looking good. Hope you enjoyed that last video. Hop on over to statusquo.com where you can sign up for our email list and become a member for as low as $5 to $10 a month. Membership is how we grow. That's statusquo.com/join. And remember, join our email list so we can grow the revolution with you.